Okay. Are we live? Are we live? I think we are.
Hey, it says we're live. Hello, Facebook world, and wherever else this video might get replayed. How are you guys doing? Happy Thanksgiving Eve. By the way, I wanted to start off and say this is potentially one of my favorite holidays. Well, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, but Thanksgiving Eve, it's not technically a holiday, but here's all you need to know about today for anybody watching. Here's a quick fun fact before we get into the meat and potatoes of our topic, which Christian and I could not be more excited about. We've been talking about this for a really long time, and it's finally happening. But just a quick little fun fact for you guys. Thanksgiving Eve. Today is the most alcohol consumed day in America. Is the day
Really?
Thanksgiving. You would never guess it. You would think it was a holiday. You think maybe it's Christmas or 4th of July or something, but Thanksgiving Eve. So be careful if you're driving tonight. If you are drinking tonight, do not drive.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. And enjoy Thanksgiving tomorrow. So Christian, let's get to it. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of things going on in the Facebook lands lately, and to be honest, to me, the only one that I've been paying attention to is the Insurance Agent Accelerator 2023. There's been nothing else remotely interesting going on to me. I don't know about the rest of you, but
I can't think of anything else at all. What I'm really excited about is, Christian and I have done all sorts of stuff together. We have our Taco Tuesday podcast. Let's talk about insurance. We've done some webinars together. But what I'm most excited about with the Insurance Agent Accelerator that's coming up is, I never claim to be an expert in all things. I know Christian doesn't claim to be an expert in all things. So being able to have like a collective, a group like this, where I think we can all kind of cover the topics that we are experts in, the things that we do know really well. I think it's going to be a really nice kind of puzzle that we can piece together for people and just kind of show an agent or an agency owner and just be like, hey, these are the different pieces that you really need to accelerate your business, accelerate your growth,
Yeah. I think for me, it's anytime you ever see a webinar, it's usually one person teaching on something, but usually there's more elements of something than just the topic they're talking about. They're talking about like one finite area, right? Like closing a sale, generating a lead, but it doesn't walk you through step by step. Okay, if I am maybe brand new, or maybe, I'm used to doing business a certain type of way and I want to learn how to do it another way, this will take you through generating your lead to automating the lead and using the leverage of technology, right, to essentially help you efficiently work that lead, to working the lead yourself and conducting a sales presentation and phone call to go in your manner to kind of back up and support those other elements that you start out with, to making that person your client, to cross-selling them an annuity and really making the most out of that business that you've done with that person. And that's what you get with the Insurance Agent Accelerator event, is you get a world-class expert in our industry presenting on each topic to where, only they can. And I don't think there's been a virtual event like this, and I don't think there will be another one quite like this.
By the way, we haven't mentioned who will be speaking on the Insurance Agent Accelerator. Could you mention those experts that we've kind of been, teasing what they're an expert in, and maybe we even tag them on this video, so that way they know that we're out here talking about them and talking about the event, which, guys, it's in 3 weeks. This isn't something like way down the road. We're not saying like, next year, November 2023. This is 3 weeks from today. This is technically happening in 2022, but we're trying to get you set up for 2023, which, again, if you're not thinking about 2023 right now, I don't know what you're doing, because 2022 is over, guys. Enjoy AEP, finish strong, finish Q4 strong, like have a great end of your year. But the reality is this year's done. So let's talk about 2023. Let's talk about how you're going to accelerate your growth. But Christian, who else is joining us on the Insurance Agent Accelerator?
So the two gentlemen that will be conducting this event with us today is Tracy Lonesberry, the annuity giant himself, Tracy Lonesberry, and the one and only king of automation, Eric Fierro. What better lineup could you want? I mean, to me, this was my dream scenario. And in terms of the of who was going to be doing the event with me and Glenn, and I think that it's really going to be a fantastic event. Kind of to piggyback real quickly on kind of what Glenn was talking about kind of how this year is coming to a close and kind of how you need to prepare for next year. There's far too many people I'll do a coaching session with, or maybe I'll do a training for, or I'll have a conversation with in some form or fashion in our space. And Glenn, I know you have these same kind of conversations.
Sure.
That they're not really like starting to make preparations until like middle way through quarter one. They're like, oh, we're here. I want to have, I'm expecting to have my best year ever, but I didn't put any plans into motion or do any, planning expectations along the way in December, as the year kind of comes to the end. Sure. This is kind of a way that you can kind of take some proven tactics and strategies from us, the four of us, and put it into a game plan to take effect January 1st. And you can really start off running. You can start that new year running and hitting that ground running and really just catapulting yourself to having your best year yet. That's kind of how I'm looking at this event.
Completely agree.
And I think it's going to be great for everybody that tunes in, that kind of executes on the information that's going to be shared.
And we already had a conversation, the four of us collectively together, Christian, Tracy, Eric, and myself. And we understand that some of you are going to be more experienced in certain areas than others, which is why we're excited that we'll have a recording available. So, if you're watching it live, you'll be able to get that recording after, or if you missed out on the live event that's happening here in just 3 weeks, you can get the recording. And then you can maybe focus on those areas in your business that you do need more help with. There's a lot of solo agents out there, and I talk to you guys every day, and you're drowning. You need support. So, maybe you have the sales end of it figured out, but maybe the automations and the staffing, you're in dire need of kind of what to do. Maybe that's really daunting to you as a solo agent. You've never hired anybody before. Maybe you're doing everything out of Excel. You don't have a CRM in place. Eric and I will kind of be helping cover some of those bases. I am super excited about Tracy coming in, and this is a topic Christian and I have covered extensively on Taco Tuesday, talking about how to cross-sell different policies in the senior insurance space specifically. And that's really what Tracy's an expert in. That's something that I've done very little of, and I would not feel comfortable trying to get up in front of any large group or a group of really any size and, start talking about how to sell financial products, even though I have done a tiny bit of it. But Tracy is an expert. We've seen firsthand what his success has looked like. And that's something that I think a lot of agents will find beneficial. But again, kind of what Christian was saying, I mean, we'll have really a start to finish roadmap, whether you're a brand new agent or whether you're, 2 or 3 years in as an agent, or maybe you're now trying to start your own agency. We're really going to give you that roadmap on how to take someone from being a stranger, being a prospect, becoming a client, retaining them as a client, following up with them, and then potentially cross-selling to that client and making them worth even more value to you as an agent, as an agency owner. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty great, I feel like, it's only been about 10 minutes that we've been on this live stream so far, but I feel like we kind of gave you guys a great overview of what this event will be and kind of what the plan is to have it cover. So anything else that you're thinking of, Christian? I know it's Thanksgiving Eve, as I mentioned, and I want to be respectful of your time, but anything else that you feel like we missed or maybe that's worth mentioning right now while we're on live today?
I think if there's anything, I would say, just to reiterate, guys, I love the way that kind of Eric explained it. was, you get in now, you pay the $47 now. You'll also get the recording later. It's almost like think about it almost like a Black Friday kind of thing. And that'll be the same price all the way up until the event, although seating is limited. So there's only so many people that we're going to be able to allow in the live room. And so you'll want to get in while you can. But also, if you come back and want to purchase the recording after the fact, it will be a higher price. It'll be, $100. So just make sure that you're getting in now. This will be, to me, there's no better way to kind of end your year, with a bang, just kind of preparing for success in the new year. And I think this is just such a great way to do it. I love the format that we have put together for you guys. I love the material. I love how it just flows from one part to another in terms of like, you could use every single thing that you're learning in this event in the same appointment with the same client, right?
Yep.
And it's great. There's nothing like it. So get registered. Link is in the description of this live stream. And yeah, I mean, I know I don't want to speak for Glenn, but I know for the both of us, we're bringing our A+ material for you guys. And I know Tracy and Eric are as well.
Absolutely. And that's the neat part. You may have already heard some of us speak at events, like all four of us were actually speaking at the summit earlier this year. But the thing is, a lot of this information is changing all the time. So, when Christian says we're bringing our A game, we're bringing the latest and greatest that we want to share with you guys. And from a value standpoint, I mean, it's just crazy to hear the price, $47 to get 30 minutes of our A material, just really compact for you guys, getting down to the specific points that you need, the sort of actionable advice and material to be able to implement immediately into your agency to grow. I mean, the value is just off the charts. It's crazy. I mean, an event where we would be speaking on this, obviously in-person events would be significantly more money. So, being able to watch this at home, have that recording so you can watch it anytime, and all of that for less than $100. I mean, it's wild. I'm super excited to have such a high value event, and I think it will have a huge impact. Only 500 seats available, though. I do want to make that clear before we get off the stream today.
Yeah.
We only have 500 spots available. We've already sold probably about 10% since we initially announced, which was just yesterday. So I have a feeling as we continue to talk about this leading up to the event in 3 weeks, it's December 14th, 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard. Is that 1 to 3 Eastern?
1 to 3 Eastern.
1 to 3 Eastern. So 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern, December 14th, which I believe is a Wednesday. If we hit capacity before then, we won't be able to sell any more seats. So be sure to reserve your spot today. The link should be either right above my head or right below, depending on what platform you're on. So do it, click it, reserve your spot. If you have a question, comment. If you're just excited, drop a comment below the video. We'd love to hear from you guys. Yeah, until next time, have a great Thanksgiving, Christian. Thankful to have you as a friend, and thankful for this entire community, the Medicare, Six Figure Medicare Agent community. This has been what a year of just growth and opportunity for everybody who's been in the space. I couldn't be more excited.
Definitely. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate your friendship and everything you've meant to me and my business, but also to the community. You've been in from day one. You've been a big part of the Facebook group since day one. And so, yeah, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. And if you're watching this, I hope you get registered while you can, because,
right.
Come on, man. Come on. You just need it. You need
$47. This is wild. This is wild.
What can you buy for $47 that gives you anywhere close to the same impact in your business?
Nothing. Yeah. I'm like, there's nothing. Impossible.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for taking some time to watch this little public service announcement.
That's right.
And we'll see you next time.
We'll
Adios,
see you
guys.
in December.